Make sure we're packed.
In 1988, Bill was a student teacher for the Kearney district. And not only did he student teach, but he also helped with the coaching of several of the sports. So that's when I met him. We saw in Bill some attributes that would have been really positive to be a regular member of our staff, but we had no openings. So in 1991, an opening came in physical education, plus we were going to start at that time the new soccer program. And I'd seen Bill before, or he was a college athlete. He played on a men's independent summer league baseball team. So I saw him as very competitive and very knowledgeable, and we felt like he was a good fit for the head coach of the new soccer team.
Coach Forman, he never played or coached soccer before this. So when he first came, this was his first soccer coaching job. And so he may not have been the best of the game, soccer tactically wise, but he knew how to get players up for the games and for practice. He always made sure we were in the right mindset.
I remember always just being told he learned on the couch. He just taught himself how to coach soccer because he played basketball and baseball, but soccer was never on his radar. He just taught himself because Kearney didn't have a soccer team, and I think that kind of came with his teaching position, right? If you want to teach here, you got to learn how to coach soccer.
But it was literally what do you know about soccer? And Dad was like, nothing, but I'm willing to learn. So that's pretty much how this all became a thing.
Not knowing about soccer did not stop Forman from making lifetime memories with his players and coaches.
One thing that I learned from Coach Forman was when he told me the McDonald's fries hack. So all you do is you order McDonald's fries with no salt, and then they have to make a brand new batch, so then you have very hot fries, and then you can just ask for salt and put as much as you want on it, and it's just great.
My favorite story with Coach Forman is probably winning districts last year. Some of the boys grabbed the big Gatorade jug full of water, and he caught it out of the corner of his eye, so he started to try to move away from it, and in his attempt to avoid getting the water dumped on him, he tucked and rolled, and everybody was standing there watching it. It was hilarious.
Pointing down the water jug, and then making him fall, and then he kind of said to us that we had to get in the weight room because we couldn't lift it up.
Forman's unique teaching method has impacted many people's lives.
Coach Forman has had a huge impact on Kearney boys soccer. From being the only coach that the program has ever had, he is pretty much a rock star. Just seeing him in the homecoming parade this year, kids are yelling at him, former players are yelling at him, Coach Forman, Coach Forman. So it's pretty cool to see. He's just made a major impact on the entire program.
When my family suffered a huge tragedy about 2 years ago, he helped me to just get out of my slump that I was in, and he always supported me in everything that I did, and he just helped me to be a better person.
There were a couple of years when I thought he was going to be done. That was it. They had some rough seasons. They weren't above 500, and they were just really struggling. I was sure that, all right, this is it, we're done. But he never gave up. He never gives up. And he always has this, next year we're going to be better, we're going to do better, and I'm just going to keep with it and keep going, and he did.
Kearney athletes hadn't had a state championship or even a state competitor since the 1961 season, and that was in basketball. And we were looking to get something that would motivate our athletes to try to strive at that level. And in '98, Bill took the soccer team, the men's soccer team, to state, and it was the only non-St. Louis team there. And the Kearney boys finished third in state in soccer in 1998. That success followed with success in other sports. Bill was an assistant coach on the baseball team, so in 1998 they won the state. Cross country was successful, and as the history goes on, our football became successful, but I kind of think one of the starters was the success that our 98 soccer team had.
Mindset doesn't change. Even though I knew coming in that I was retiring at the end of the year, the mindset's still the same. Win the conference, win the district, move on and get as far as you can. Play well every time out, you know, all of those things that are associated with what we've tried to do for the last 29 years.
People had many things to say about Coach Forman. The overall thing that they had to say about him was,
If I could say one thing to Coach, I would just say thank you for everything you gave me. You know, there's a couple of teachers and coaches that I came across in Kearney that I can especially thank, call out. He's definitely one of those people.
Pretty a substantial character in my high school career, so I want to thank him for that. I really enjoyed being with him, and I wish him luck on his retirement.
thank you, Coach Forman, for 31 years of memories.
And it's strange to think that for 31 years he's been in education and he's had this place to go and a community to be a part of. And it does scare me a little bit to think about he's not going to be a part of this community that he has loved and had this huge passion for. And how do you find that twice in your life? I don't know. So it's going to be fun to watch. I do have a honey-do list. Even though you don't necessarily put tools in Bill's hands, he's getting better. But, you know, I'm excited to watch this next phase of his life with him and go about that with him.